Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the common misconception that cardio kills your gains in the gym, which just simply isn't true. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skill up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Now, what people need to understand with this is that, yes, if you start a new cardio program and you jump into it pretty hard, you will oftentimes see a stall in your strength, particularly in your legs, and a short-term regression in strength. Now, for a person who is trying to build a base, you've just started squatting heavy, this is going to be a problem. Like if you're running my novice program, or you're running strongless, or you're running starting strength, or anything like that, and you are not cardiovascularly fit ahead of time, and you do this in the first 6 months on any one of those programs, you will absolutely destroy your progress in the program. However, if you were already cardiovascularly fit, you won't see a problem. If you continue to do your cardio regimen and you go on one of these programs, you're going to progress just fine. Perfect example, I was a distance runner when I first started lifting. All right, I had already run several marathons, and I had run a marathon less than 6 months before I got into the gym and started lifting. My squat and leg press strength exploded immediately because I already had all the work capacity built in my legs and they were ready to go ahead and grow. I had really, really good waste product clearing, good capillarization. I recovered very fast, and it took me a very short time to get to a 400 squat. I was squatting 400 pounds in less than a year. Less than a year. So it wasn't that hard, and that gave me an advantage. And what we've noted in the research over the years is that when you take slightly more advanced lifters and you have them start doing some sort of list cardio, what happens? Let's say they're squatting 500 pounds. Their squat goes down a little bit. If they've been doing triples with 475, they might drop to 450 or 440, right? Their 3-rep max might drop a bit. And then after several months, it will start going back up, and they will start to experience improved recovery. And it has to do with the fact that it will build their work capacity. They have to adapt to the new training stress. Greg Nuckols has noted this in his data. We've seen Alex Viada discuss a lot of this, people who train hybrid athletes. And here's the thing, guys, if you want to be fit and you want to be athletic, you probably need some combination of strength training. Now, I would say for most athletes, unless you're going to be an endurance athlete, strength training is always going to be your base. Right? Strength training is the most important thing. But you need to do list cardio for some sort of actual endurance, and you need some sort of general physical preparedness, whether that's traditional GPP work, maybe some sort of HIIT cardio, something like that. I think you need all three of those elements if you want to be really fit. You want to be really athletic. And it does matter. But what I would say as far as the conditioning work goes, particularly stuff that's easier to recover from, in the long term, it's going to help you with your gains, and it's multifold in nature. And a lot of it has to do with hormonal. Like I even did, Greg Nuckols linked some stuff just a couple weeks ago discussing differences in men and women, and what they had noted was that people who do cardio, particularly endurance work, their muscle tissue tends to be more sensitive to estrogen. Now, some people say, well, what's the point of that? Well, this is what enhanced lifters and bodybuilders have learned over the years. When they crash their estrogen levels, what happened? They gain less muscle. Estrogen itself in muscle tissue has the ability to release IGF-1, just like testosterone does. It's just not as strong. But if you have a given healthy, normal amount of estrogen in your system, which you should for health, because if you block your estrogen levels, you're going to have problems with your HDL going up. You're going to have problems with bone mineralization. It's not going to be good for you in the long term. It's not even going to be good for your gains, because bone density helps with heavy lifting and strength. But it does impact IGF-1 release, and so people who are very cardiovascularly conditioned, their muscle tissue tends to be slightly more sensitive to estrogen, which improves IGF-1, improves recovery. Then, the other thing to consider is that people who do cardio regularly burn more calories. If you burn more calories, you don't gain less body fat necessarily when you overeat. In other words, a 500 calorie surplus is a 500 calorie surplus, whether you burn 3,000 a day or 6,000 a day, right? You're still going to have weight gain, and you're possibly going to have fat gain. But the difference is people who burn 500 calories or 1,000 calories on day on average due to all their physical activity, their cardio, their conditioning, can eat more food. If you eat more food, particularly more carbs and more protein, you get a larger intramuscular IGF-1 response. Same reason people take anabolics, the same reason people take testosterone. That's what it does in the muscle tissue. See where I'm going with this? It's easy to create a larger synergy because of your higher energy turnover. You can elicit a stronger anabolic response in your muscle tissue as long as you are able to recover from the training. And like with anything else, a new training stimulus can sometimes sidetrack your other primary training stimulus. That's what happens. That's why you have to balance these things out. But what you have to look at in the long term is that if the cardio allows for a far more favorable recovery environment, because again, you're better at clearing waste products, you're more fit, and you're able to recover from all of it, it can create the environment to where you can, through again, everything from hormone sensitivity, of insulin sensitivity, estrogen sensitivity, larger caloric intake while gaining the same amount or less body fat, it can facilitate a far larger anabolic environment in the long term once you adapt to the cardio, once you balance out all of your training. In other words, being cardiovascularly fit can help, at least in the long term, enhance muscle growth, enhance strength gains, enhance recovery, in addition to all the other health benefits. And it's the thing I'm noticing now too. You guys know I took a 1.5 years off from squatting. I've been doing huge amounts of cardio. I haven't reduced my amount of cardio I do, but I've started squatting again on a concurrent style training, and my squat strength is going up dramatically. It's going up dramatically. I have no doubt that by the end of this year, I will be hitting 500 plus without a belt, possibly for reps. And a lot of that has to do with old muscle memory, but the fact that I have improved my endurance, my conditioning in my legs dramatically before going back into squatting. I'm adding weight to the bar every single week, at least small amounts, and I've been doing so for months now. So a perfect example of me getting myself cardiovascularly fit again, and having done it for at least 6 months straight, like a lot of list cardio. For 6 months straight, over 6 months before I started squatting again, I'm finding that I'm adapting and recovering very, very quickly, even while using a linear progression. And I'm seeing firsthand what all the researchers and these coaches who do combine these methods have been saying for a long time. I'm working with it myself firsthand, and it works. It absolutely works. It works, and it lets you eat a hell of a lot more food. It's a really nice situation to be in. And I don't get the same DOMS and soreness and everything else. I'm recovering very, very rapidly, and I'm doing so without blasting a bunch of drugs. And that's the most important part for me at this point in my life, getting older. And so again, back to the other point, when you do it all correctly, cardio doesn't hurt your gains. It doesn't hurt your gains. It can enhance them. It can enhance them if you do it right and you're careful about it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.